Win some Proline tyres, win some Proline tyres, or you can win, get this puppy out of here, a winch. And it even comes with its little worn sticker. How cool is that, eh? So guys, that's going to be this year's competition. Some guys need tyres, some guys need a winch. Write me in the comment which of the two you need, and I shall put you in the draw. Now let's get back into today's video. Ever heard of yard art? Well, today I'm going to create some trail art. So this 4.6 litre Range Rover has once again blown its head gasket. Now I've already done this 3 times. It'll be the 4th time that I'm going to repair the head gasket. So at the moment, I'm not even interested. Don't have time for it. I will get onto this project a little bit later in time, but for the time being, I'm going to park it in the trail so that we have a little bit of a feature as we come past when we do go trailing up with the little Jeep. So let's get the puppy up there. So the only thing you can see, it's like quite stock, you know, normal tires. It doesn't have its air suspension anymore because I took it out. I was just getting fed up with it, constantly fixing it, and so it has coil springs in there now. The ride height, it's fair, but not, you know, rock crawlery. So anyway, I'm going to see if I can get this long, full size up into my trail. Let me see how far I can get and where I can actually park it. Let's give it a bit of a clean. Not that it's going to matter. That is probably the best sunset that I have seen in ages. Let's hook a left over here quickly before we go head up into the trail, because we will miss this. Hang on a second, jump out quickly. Not bad. Also, La Palma, I have not seen it this clear in forever. Let's watch the sun go down a little bit and cue the music. And that's how fast it could go. Do still have a very nice backdrop. Perfect. But I am getting eaten by the flies. Let's get out of here. So this is the P38 with a 4.6 V8 in it. And it has such a smooth ride because of its automatic gearbox. So it is quite lucrative to turn this So this is kind of like a high point here, and it's kind of taken out parts of my bumper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take it back in and trim a little bit of plastic off so that just doesn't get hooked up anymore. Seeing that I just wrecked my bumper, I'm just going to do a little trail fix, drive up here quickly and just cut off the edges that are sitting a little bit low. But I think with this ridge here, I'll have like a very nice access point. Jesus, that was closer than I thought. I didn't see that in the mirror, let me tell you. All right, so what I actually want to show you guys quickly, let's zoom down here, get the camera stand balanced out a little bit, zoom in here just ever so slightly. Yeah, so I can show you kind of what happened. The bumper got hooked at the bottom and actually twisted itself out. So it's kind of hanging on a little section in the center here. It kind of snapped off in the front and it cracked right through the back here. So if I get this kind of it back into its position, somewhere there. Okay. What I want to do is just use this line and actually cut everything off that's below this line, and kind of come off over here a little bit. So I'm coming from this corner, going up maybe 45 degrees, and then once I've reached this line, just take a little turn and just run with this line. My PDCs are going to still be intact, but I'll cut off all of this stuff that is actually just getting hooked, and then I'll have my little metal plate actually catching on the rocks and the terrain instead of my bumper. This has all been pushed in and it's gone already, so I'm going to just take it from this line and move up about 45 degrees here, or maybe even 30 degrees, and then run with it over here. So there we go. So my plan is to make a little metal plate that sits kind of flush in the top here, bolt that metal plate down, and then maybe I can just take a skid plate and kind of do maybe a 30-degree angle from here to the back, or maybe in the end even eliminating the park distance controls. But that's for another day. This is just to get the trail without actually breaking more of my bumper. I think this is going to be a bit tight. Okay, in the cockpit now, trying to navigate through this absolutely tight path. The trees are actually made and cut for the Wrangler Jeep. The Wrangler Jeep is quite a bit smaller than this, like radically smaller. As close as I can get to that tree without touching it. Now what happens, I actually have to flip the mirror in, and what happens, I'm going to go into a drop just now which tilts the truck a little bit to the left. So let's try and stay as far right as possible until that drop comes. Actually, let me film it onto this side so you can actually see what happens when the drop comes. Still steering a little bit to the right. Try and keep as close as possible. And here comes the drop. Over it and a little bit more. Now you can see I'm not going to pass with that mirror. So I'll give it a bit of left and maneuver that mirror just past there. And as I maneuver it, she goes down into the dip over here. There, that's where she just dropped, and I passed the mirror. So it's kind of like almost perfect. Let's get this mirror back out. Now to get the back of the Range Rover past this tree that's sticking out over here, I actually have to go as straight and as far as possible to these little trees over here, and just before I get to them I have to turn in. And as you can see, that tree is literally right here. Now let's see if I'm going to make this. Made it. Now I can steer straight again, because in the mirror you'll be able to see that tree, and the truck is starting to tilt. Let me zoom into that a little bit. To tilt in the wrong direction. So let me straighten my steering and actually just try and maneuver this through here as slow as possible. Okay, I think I've made it. My mirror just passed that. Okay. I think we're good. Let's get the sunroof open. Maybe we can get a nice view from up there. So, I think this is a good a spot as any to actually have a bit of yard art, well, trail art, sorry about that, trail art. So I think here I have a good space. I've done a bit of good U-turns. I used to go through here, which I haven't done for a very long time. But what we normally do is go up here. But what I've noticed is that the Range Rover just bottoms out here and destroys the side of the vehicle. That's kind of the reaction that I get from that. So I think this is the point where I'm actually going to park it, so that we can have a little bit of trail art while we are wheeling with the Jeep. So the plan is to maneuver the Range Rover around, back it up into the spot, and put the back wheels up onto those rocks. Will I make it? It looks almost there. Past the tree on the back right there. Just one more maneuver and I can get my back wheels onto those rocks back there. There we go. Just got to get myself through to get the camera now. Jeez. Okay. Well, here I am. So I've parked the back wheels up on the ridge, and I think this is the only parking or the only space I can actually put it into without damaging it too much. So while we're wheeling in the Jeep, we get to see a little bit of trail art whilst going up into the trail. Trail art. I guess you never heard that before. So this is where the Range Rover is going to stay until I actually get down to it, order some parts and put a new head gasket in here. So we'll be seeing this on a couple of videos. Next video is passing this in the little red Jeep. So guys, that's it. A little bit of evening fun. See you next week. Bye. See what I mean? Coming through, gangway coming through. Ooh, jeez, Jim.